Welcome back to the second segment of the Loveland Report and Lone Ranger Show. I am Cleve Loveland, Central Florida's best real estate planner, alongside Bruce Woodburn. We're talking mortgages, we're talking real estate, we're talking what's going on in this holiday market. Still a great time to get on the market if you want to get going for 2026.
You could have your house sold by Christmas.
You could, but I think being realistic, if you want to move first quarter and then just get back to work, that's one thing there, Bruce. If people would they pick the right realtor, they listen to the advice, and they get back to work. Get it done, get it back. I don't know anybody that's happy about having their house on the market for 9 months.
No.
It's like, but they're probably not taking the advice. They're either not getting the right advice or they're fighting the advice on what's going on. So anyway, I want to jump into some listings real quick. I've got some great ones here. Easy Living right in Altamont, a gated Kensington Park condo. This neighborhood, there's not much for sale in here.
Beautiful condos.
And the amenities in this place had racquetball, a sauna. I'm surprised the racquetball hasn't turned into pickleball. Beautiful pool.
It will.
Fitness center, meeting room for $255,000. This 1,600 square feet. These are selling for $300,000. This one needs carpet and paint. But at $255,000, great buy. I've got one here, guys. If you got a car collection and you want some room to move, but this is not out in the country. This is right off of Chickasaw Trail by the Orlando Airport, right in the Econ area. $620,000, 2,200 square feet, 3/4 of an acre, 0.8 acres, 5-car garage.
Wow.
Floors are done. Kitchen's been renovated.
You can man cave that. You can put
You could man cave that. You could do an
motorcycle collection.
An outlaw apartment. You got room to build. Beautiful property set back from the road. You just can't find a lot like this, and no HOA for $620,000. And that's a great one.
If you've got a landscaping business, or can you keep your trucks there?
Yeah,
Is there
no HOA? Yeah. So you're good.
No restrictions.
Pretty private. I mean, just tons of stuff going on. You're right there, 5 minutes from the airport, 10 minutes from downtown Orlando by the 408. Just a beautiful property. This one's that landlord moved. She's downsized and moved up to Jacksonville. I've got a business here, Polk County, Dundee, for $339,900, 2,000 square feet. And it's an old house. It's been renovated several times. Pre-listing inspection done, Bruce. The seller took my advice. We did the pre-listing inspection. He fixed the little things that were found, a little bit of wood rot, fixed a couple things. Electrical panel's been done. Good AC unit. It's got an alleyway out behind it. He's operated as a thrift shop. It could be a great real estate office, lawyer's office, doctor's office, whatever it might be. Great business right in the heart of Dundee. This area is booming. You try and get down 27. 27 is like I-4 nowadays, rush hour.
Oh, believe me. Yeah. Auburndale, all that area has really filled right out.
I've got a pre-foreclosure here. People, they call me looking for a foreclosure. I got one here. It's priced to sell.
The only one in Florida.
There's only 5 in Central Florida right now. $439,000. This is a pre-foreclosure. $439,000 for 1,900 square feet, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths with a pool. Now I just checked the sales on this. I might actually buy this one, Bruce. This is over in Hunters Creek.
Oh, good.
Great neighborhood. Fixed up. These are selling for $500,000. This one needs paint and some touch-up exterior paint and some screens on the pool. So for about $12,000, you got $450,000 into it, and you could do a reno loan. They could get the money at closing for that, or the seller could cover closing costs. But that's at $439,000 for that one in Hunters Creek. 2-car garage, high ceilings, 4 bedrooms, not 3. Great den setup. One of the bedrooms has double doors on it. And then I've got St. Cloud, beautiful property, half-acre, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths with a pool, 1,700 square feet for $443,000.
St. Nona.
This is on the edge of St. Cloud. Beautiful area, but Bruce, if you pull up this area, this is one of those areas that is a kind of a buyer's market. If you need a house between 400 and 450,
right,
there's 50 to look at, but none of them have a pool and none of them have a half-acre lot.
Wow.
So, and big shed out back, fenced yard.
You got some good listings.
No HOA, $443,000 on that. And I co-broke realtors on all my listings. Call my office. You want to know the exact percentage on that. And I pay more than the average bear on the co-brokes.
Good
and then
for you.
Over in Oviedo, Tiffany Woods, 4 bedroom, 2 baths with a pool, solar panels, $560,000, 2,300 square feet. You walk into this house, Bruce, it looks like it was professionally decorated with a nice paint job, upgraded kitchen cabinets, upgraded appliances and countertops, beautiful double-sided fireplace in the living room. Use the family room too. There's a bonus room out back, then a beautiful pool for $560,000 on the edge of Tuskawilla and Oviedo. Just call me if you want to take a look at those at 407-352 8118.
Yeah, or get yourself financed. If you don't want to pay cash, you're going to need a mortgage. You got the mortgage guy right here, the loan arranger, Bruce Woodburn. I've been in the mortgage business for over 35 years. I'm top 1% lender in the entire country. I'm not telling you that to brag. It's not bragging rights. I'm just telling you that there's been a lot of folks gone before you, and I have a 5-star rating. So if you want somebody that really cares about you and your family, and you want somebody that's a straight shooter, then I'd love the opportunity to apply for the job to help you with your next mortgage purchase, refinance, home equity line of credit, reverse mortgage, construction loan, build on your own lot, buy a lot and build on it, renovate that house that Cleve's got. I've got every product that you need. Call me now at 407-250-9144. There's still Hometown Heroes money available for heroes, up to $35,000, Cleve, you can get from Hometown Heroes. So, and you know what? There's still about $20 million remaining. So we've gone through just about half of it. There's still half.
Tell me about
left.
Hometown Heroes. So
First responder, police, fire department, teachers, military.
Nurses.
There's all, if you're a hero, and if you don't think you're a hero, you might be a hero. Because I think even a veterinarian assistant might qualify for this.
Wow.
I got to check the guidelines, but I'm pretty sure they do. So there's a lot of people that may qualify for down payment assistance that otherwise wouldn't be able to get into a home. And you can get up to 35,000. Your minimum that you're going to get 10 grand, the minimum. So why not call the loan arranger, get yourself situated? Hometown Heroes, the state of Florida sets the interest rate. It's slightly below market rate. Lenders can't charge you any points or anything. I've got the program down to a science, but you better get your hands on it before it's gone. Now, I wanted to switch gears a little bit. So where do you think people generally go to look up home values? You know,
well, you can just ask your phone, and the phone's going to go straight to a couple of websites and pull up
which is the biggest one?
Your Zillow.
Your
dollars per square foot calculation is what that really is.
So Zillow has been genius at marketing. Would you agree with that?
That was the biggest origination of a clickbait. That's the clickbait, the monster of all clickbaits right there.
But everybody knows that their values are not really that accurate.
Not really. You'd be surprised how many people I walk in the house and
they're like, wait a minute. Well, they're not. I can tell you that right now. Now they're close. They give us a general idea. I even use them from time to time. However, do you know where Zillow makes a bunch of its money?
Probably it makes it on advertising, makes it on their mortgages.
Well, they just started mortgages.
They just started mortgages? Okay.
So they make it by charging.
They're selling those realtors leads.
They're selling leads. So when you go to Zillow and you click on Zillow, Zillow sells that lead to real estate agents.
In that zip code. So imagine all the zip codes out there.
And you can buy all the zip codes.
And they sell it to 6 realtors or 7.
So there's different categories that realtors can purchase leads from. Do you purchase leads from Zillow?
I have never purchased a lead in my life.
And I wouldn't do that.
I would not.
Now listen to this. Do you know how much they have a flex program and a premier program? Do you know how much Zillow gets out of the real estate commission? Guess how much?
0, right?
No, 70%. 70% they charge the real estate agent for the premier and the flex program. So listen,
I didn't know. So they've got I didn't know that because I don't pay for them.
The Zillow is getting 70%. Okay. Now you think your realtor's getting a lot. So your realtor's only getting 30. And then the realtor's got to split that with their agent, with their broker. So they might be getting 15%. That is insane. And I wouldn't work for that if I was a real estate agent. But these other real estate agents that don't know how to get business like you do, they're relying on clickbait to get their leads. So listen, now Zillow goes up and they start their own mortgage company, and it looks like it's a gold mine for them. And they've been doing really well. They did $2.3 billion last year. Now they're in lawsuits. You know what they're in lawsuits for? Steering the business to the mortgage company. Now, are you allowed to tell a client, hey, I'll sell you a house, but you got to go to Bruce Woodburn for your mortgage? You can't tell them that. No. That's illegal. That's steering. Now, you can suggest me. You can tell people what a great experience you have with me, but you can't require them to use me. It's illegal. So Zillow was telling their premier and flex agents that if they weren't referring enough of the leads that he got from Zillow to Zillow Home Mortgage, that they were going to cut them off or penalize them.
That's a violation.
Oh my God, is that a violation?
Yep.
So now there's some big lawsuits against Zillow for that. So listen, you think that your big banks and these companies have your best interest? You know what that does when you steer? It eliminates the client's options. You need options. Believe me, you come to me for a mortgage. If somebody says to me, Bruce, I just want to be transparent. I'm shopping a mortgage. Great. Shop me. You should shop me. You should shop me against anybody that's legitimate. Shop me against Rocket Mortgage. I'll pull up Rocket Mortgage rates on my screen on a Zoom call with you and we'll compare. I have no issue with competition. Zero. No concerns, no fear. Just telling you, you can't steer somebody in one direction or another, and they're in big trouble for that. If you want a great lender, somebody you can count on, somebody that's got all the programs, somebody that's a direct lender and been doing it for 35 years, has all bilingual staff, call me now at 407-250-9144 or go to webringyouhome.com. Purchase, refi, home equity, you name it, even reverse mortgages.
Yep. All right. I mean, it's just, and that's the thing, Bruce, when I walk in and see people, it's those valuations are dollars per square foot. And this is why you need a realtor. Cause I can look at the listing and say, look, this guy down the street has a house just like yours. He just renovated the kitchen for 50 grand, probably spent another 50 in the yard and the pool and freshening up the house and renovating the master bath. That's where I get that. The dollars per square foot calculation used by those websites is a just clickbait.
It's inaccurate.
It's clickbait. And they want to sell your info to 6 or 7
Well,
realtors.
a lot of people think, and even real estate agents that are inexperienced, they'll say this house should be worth this because the ones next door or in the neighborhood sold for this much per square footage.
But they don't know that the one guy had 17 cats inside.
Well,
and
they also don't know that appraisers don't use square footage as the evaluation.
No, dollars per square foot is not a good metric for any house.
It's a sales approach, not a square footage approach. So they will use square footage to say, you've got 3,000 square foot. I have 3 other homes that had 3,000 square foot that were same bedroom, bathroom count as yours in a similar or same neighborhood. That's a comparable.
Yep. So, and it's funny, talk about the values there. And I had one just come in. I actually had a bad appraisal done on a listing, beautiful house, price right, multiple offers, and the appraisal came in low. Well, you know what I told the buyer? Because the buyer and the other,
go get another lender.
I told them either get another lender or you can pay this. And they worked it out. We got to where I knew that house was priced right. And I looked at the appraisal that was done. It was horrible. So I have a blacklist of appraisers I won't let on my properties. It's very small.
Well,
but this guy did not know.
Sometimes you have to have.
He did not know the difference between a custom home and a production home.
That's not
the comps he used. You know,
it's very frustrating.
You see appraisals. You ever
see it every day.
You ever seen a gated neighborhood get $20,000 for being gated?
No.
Yeah. That was new to me too. So things like that. So that's what's important
now,
about having
value to a gated neighborhood.
There is value, but I don't think it's $20,000.
I don't know. I guess it depends on what neighborhood it is.
I'd like to see that appraisal guideline.
Hey, guess what? You and I started working with a new builder, Hardison Homes.
Yep.
Okay. We got a transaction from them over the weekend. So now we've got a couple of transactions. We're working with Hardison.
Great.
They're taking great care of our clients. And I'm going to tell you something. I like what they have. And I want you to know they've got communities. What have they got? Eustis. They got DeLand or Deltona. We got Ocoee. They've got Apopka. They've got St. Cloud. They've got community. They got townhomes that are in the mid 200s to 300s.
Yep.
I mean, and they'll pay your closing costs. You call Cleve Loveland. You call Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger. We'll connect you with our folks at Hardison Homes, and Trinity Family Builders are paying up to $35,000 for closing costs.
Yep.
Their business is booming, and they got homes from the mid 300s all the way to the $800,000. So you want a good builder, we'll connect you with a good builder.
Yeah, the transaction I've got with them going on right now, I've got one. The offer from one of those buyout companies was $100,000 less than what we got the seller.
Isn't that incredible?
Isn't that worthwhile? And basically there's only about 3 people that went through the house. Call me 407-352-8118. We'd love to help you with your real estate plan.
Yep. We'll be back in 5 minutes with more of the Loveland Report and the Loan Arranger Show. You can call the Loan Arranger, Bruce Woodburn, right now at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. When we get back, I want to talk a little bit more about interest rates, what's going on in the market, who's buying, who's refining, and so forth and so on. Don't you go anywhere.